Hello, everybody. Albatross is back. And it was a refreshing break. I am sorry I had to leave you guys, but it was necessary because I was reaching to a point where I was so drained and that I wasn't going to be able to offer anything positive if I kept continuing like that. So I really very much needed that break. And for those of you who stuck around and waited for me, thank you so much. You guys are the best. All of you are the best. You all are great. And I've actually got some good news. Finally. A little light of hope has sprung from this mess that is going on right now. A little bit of light of hope. And that's all we need, right? It's just a little bit of hope, okay? RFK Jr. Am I saying yes, or RFK? No, RFK Jr. Yeah, the son. The one who's the head of DH8, sorry. The one who's in charge, the secretary of DHHS, currently under Trump. Okay? Him. He has come out and finally started to be honest. He's always been honest for years. He's been talking about this for years and years. But now that he's in his position in politics and people's eyes are actually looking at him, he is saying what I think we've all secretly been waiting for them to say. And that's the truth. And I'm about to show it to you in a minute. But first, I wanted to tell you guys about a little before we read his tweet. I don't know, what do you call it now? It's not a tweet anymore. It's like an X. What do you call it? Someone let me know what it's called now. But, I'm going to call it a tweet until I know something else to call it. But, okay, RFK Jr. tweeted this morning. And it gave me some hope. Maybe we're going to start to really shine a light on these lies that are going on right now. I don't know how many people actually watched the video, but about a month ago, I posted a video where I talked a little bit about this change I was going through as far as like religious views and whatnot. It was about a month or two ago, maybe. And then I decided suddenly to take it down, and like the excuse I told myself, well, this doesn't really have anything to do with the missing kids, so I'm going to take this down. This is all about me. But that wasn't really true. That's not really the reason I took it down. I took it down because at the moment, I was like, maybe I shouldn't speak so much on it until I get some more clarity. You know what I mean? To myself. Till I really look into it and see what... Because we're going to have to start getting to a point here where, like, these texts that so much of the world relies on, like the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, like these books and such, like, when you really, if you take away, like, someone like me who have grown up in a Christian home and stuff, it's hard to like look at it objectively or any other way than what you were taught, because from a very young age you're just pushed in your skull that this is the truth. I mean, I'm sure most people, no matter what religion you come from, can relate to this. It's like they push it in your head like this is the truth, nothing else is the truth, everything else is blasphemous, it's lies, and it'll bring you straight to hell, things like that, you know. And like I said in that video before, it's like when you grow up in homes like that, and you see a couple little disparities in these readings and stuff, and then you might want to question, like, your elders or whatever. And if you don't get chastised for asking for lacking faith, if they actually try to give you an answer, it's usually a really vague, like, illogical answer that you're just left with. And then your mind kind of works out its own definition. You know what I mean? And then it's like... But in the background, like, I don't know about the rest of you. Maybe it's just me. But in the background, it's still, there's this quiet noise of the unknown. Not necessarily that you don't believe it, but that your spirit hasn't 110% committed to it either. You know, it's like... Your brain feels it's real because that's what your brain was taught. but there's like some little thing in like your heart that's like they're just something a little out of place here that doesn't make much sense. I used to think when it came to the Bible, it seems like we're applying a lot of human traits to God. You know what I mean? Like we apply a lot of human traits, or whoever wrote the Bible applied a lot of like human traits to God. Like, now this, something I didn't actually think of until recently, but has anybody ever wondered if that is like a real true God, like in the Bible and in the Quran and stuff, that is the one true and only God, the all-powerful God, and we're just like his little ants? Well, then why is it that we have to worship? Why does he have to be worshipped? If he's all-powerful and all-knowing and stuff, why does he have to be worshipped then? Has that made sense to anybody? And that's funny, because I never even thought of that until recently. It's like, because I was taught my whole life, human beings are built to worship. They're built to worship. And you know what? That's kind of like there's like about 1% truth to that. No, we're not. I don't think we're built to worship and give up all our power. But there is a very spiritual part of us that longs for something. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I mean, there's a little tiny bit of truth in the sense that there is very much a spiritual side to us. But no, I don't believe that whatever God made it needs to be worshipped by its subordinates. Like, that doesn't even, how does that even make sense? It's already all powerful and all this, you know what I mean? And if it loves us that much, I mean, gratitude maybe, but worship? Kind of like our parents, you know? Our parents, they give us everything. They put their lives on the line, their dreams, their wishes on the line to give us the very best. And it would be like them to turn around and say, okay, now you got to worship me and do everything I say forever and ever and ever because I did this for you. It is kind of like that a little bit, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people's parents do that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm the weird one. But it is odd. It makes you wonder. It really makes you wonder. But anyways, I'm getting a little bit off in the weeds here. I'll get back to that at another time. But in the meantime, I want to let you guys know, when I made that video, I was not saying in any way whatsoever that I didn't believe God existed. Because no, that's not true. I very much believe God is real. I believe we're spiritual. Like, that has not changed. The only thing that's changed is the belief of the system. You know what I mean? Okay. Hopefully that makes sense to people. You know. But anyways, let's get back to what's really, you know, I came on here to talk about. Because it's very, it gives us all a lot of hope. That they're not just, you know, joining the deep state, that they're actually doing something. I mean, I hope that's what it means. But anyways, this morning, RFK Jr. tweeted this. Every American deserves to hear this. The deep state is real. And it's not just Soros, Bill Gates, calling them by name. Oh, by the way, the CIA petition, it'll be in the description. Please sign and share. Defund and dismantle the CIA, please. Okay, let me finish reading the tweet. The deep state is real, and it's not just Soros, Bill Gates. We always knew he was one. Anyway, CIA, FBI, and some foreign countries. The unelected bureaucrats are also a big part of that. Because, you know, I'm going to pause. Because it's a big spider, and it's reached its tentacles everywhere, even in the things that we think are good. Okay. They operate in the shadows and wield influence without accountability, pushing agendas that align with their puppet masters. Ooh. Calling them out rather than the will of the people. This isn't conspiracy, but reality that we need to confront head on. I'm set to work closely with Doge to cut their puppet strings. Yes! Amen! Thank you. Thank you. Someone in authority come and confirm what we've all known this whole time. And I mean, I know that they knew and stuff and that they were, you know, whatever, but it's just nice to hear them admit it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Because a lot of us out here are getting sick of like being labeled. Like let's stop. Let's start labeling conspiracy as truth and truth as conspiracy. Seriously, we're gonna have to, because the mainstream news are like they're desperate. They are desperate to scare everyone into a war. They are. Can't you sense it? Like, who wants... Like, seriously, think about these things. Why would someone fight so hard to not have accountability in elections? Why would someone fight so hard to keep wars going? Seriously, ask yourselves that. Ask yourselves that. Because regardless of if you believe what RFK Jr. is telling you right now, it's an actual fact that every war, there are companies and banks, etc., profiting from both sides of that war, which incentivizes for more war to continue. Same as the child sex trafficking industry. Like, we need to stop pretending like just because people are in high positions of power that they're humble and that they're going to do right by that power because it's America. And you know what? No, stop that. Stop. That's what got us into this to begin with. Was depending too much on these government officials. Seriously, that's what got us into... And they're trying to do it again. So, he is absolutely right. And that's why everyone needs to make a YouTube channel, needs to make a Rumble, a Twitter, whatever you need to make, and start talking about this. Because we will not be gaslit. We will not be called conspiracy theorists anymore. No, this stuff is real. And a lot of people have been affected by it. Maybe that's what is hard for people to come to terms with. Maybe there's people out there who don't know someone who's been affected by all this. But there are millions of people affected by this, whether directly or indirectly. And it has to stop. It has to stop. And only we can stop it. You see what they're doing to Trump and his admin? See what they're doing? We already elected them to have them take care of it, and they're, because we've all, and they want us to do that. They want us to just sit back and think that they're going to take care of it all for us, and it's all gold from here. But no, we got to start speaking up about this, or it'll never stop. In history, it has never been the government that has stopped corruption. Think about that. It's always been the citizens who've had enough. And I'm not promoting violence in any way whatsoever. It can be as simple and as small as signing this petition I have to defund and dismantle the CIA. That's a strong message, a voice from the voice of the people, to stop all this. And here, RFK calling the CIA by name. And no, it's not just them, but it would be a big start. It would be a big start, a big help. Anyways, thanks for listening. Have a good day.